Yes, this is John from Flint Talk Radio, and normally we try to bring stuff in and around Flint, of interest and stuff like this. But I thought today that we'd bring this guy. My sister came across these medical alert bracelets. Basically, they're kind of a variation. That's not the name brand, but anyway, they're kind of unique, and it's something I think people should have more awareness of the product being out there. And we're talking to the creator and the man behind the great idea here. His name is Larry Butler. And Larry, how you doing today?
I'm good. How about you, John?
Pretty good. Anyway, I like we said, you're sitting down there now. Larry's in South Carolina, and he's kind of an entrepreneur, I guess you'd say. And he sees right now. He's watching what we're doing right here, and he's also seeing right now the picture of the bracelet displayed. Obviously, this is really a good idea because nowadays it seems like they have this idea of carrying electronically all the information, which I always thought was kind of, ridiculous because I think you're exposed to water, you take showers, you take something off, you're going to leave it off and you don't put it back on, you're out and if something happens, nobody has your information. This is actually kind of a variation of a theme though. They've been out there for years, these medical alert bracelets, but this is unique and it's modular. And I like this because it looks it's more streamlined, more stylish. And I'll see if I can flip through and show you other pictures, see if I can get another picture up. But what was the purpose behind this, Larry? What gave you the inspiration for this?
Actually, I was selling Italian charms and medical and body jewelry at a flea market with my ex-wife, and she wore a medical ID bracelet, the old ID type that just like an ID bracelet. But anyway, hers kept breaking, and I'd have to stop what I was doing and repair it, and this happened weekly. So I was selling Italian charms to start with, and I called the owner of the company and asked them if they could make me some special ones, and they said yes. And I started out with high blood pressure, asthma, and diabetic, and it just took requests for it, and it just kind of took off from there.
Yes, I think it's a very interesting design. I think it looks very nice. And you're basically, now you are pretty much, are you like a one-man operation? I mean, these are made for you and then you sell them, or do you have a hand in actually crafting and manufacturing these?
Oh, I make them myself. I make every single one to order. I get orders for them, and I make it their size, and so they can pull it right out of the package and wear it.
And also, they also have the option, too, of they can add the additional charms on them, which is if you're alerting to more medical conditions as they find them, and sadly that they have a different medical condition, they can also add that to the bracelet. And there is no real effort to really require to put these on, is there?
Oh, no, it's relatively easy. Some people need a tool, but they pull apart. Each link fastens into the next link, and they're spring-loaded, and if you get one on down the line, you decide you figure out that you're allergic to something, and you can always add it to it. Or if your doctor puts you on a temporary medicine like taking Coumadin or something like that, blood thinners, then you can add it as long as you're on it, and then take it off later when your doctor takes it off.
See, that's really makes it more current. It's easier to keep it current, the information current. And I think a lot of people would, let's face it, a lot of us will have health problems developing in the future. We try to avoid them. We don't want to think about it. But this is just a way of actually making sure that there, God forbid, the situation arises where you can't speak for yourself, these will be able to do so. And I think they look very nice. I mean, and also they don't seem to be as the old ones, the old style used to be chain, and that chains could be caught up and stuff. These are relatively more streamlined, hold themselves tighter to the wrist, though not restrictive. Obviously, for diabetics, you won't want anything restrictive or cutting into their circulation. But how many? Okay, now of course it's going. What's the size range on these? By the way, I know people are going to ask. Do you offer large sizes?
I can make it as small as your finger. If you wanted to wear it on your finger, I can make it that small. Or I guess theoretically you could put it around your neck if you absolutely wanted to, but I haven't had anybody that asked for that. But I have had a few people that asked if they could make it big enough to where they wear it as an anklet. Yeah. So you can make it pretty much any size you want to, and I'll size it for free and make it to the person's wrist. however big they need it, or
Now,
small.
yes, I just think they look so much nicer in the older style. And now, what colors do they come in? I don't think I got a good representation. Do they come in different colors or different finishes?
They do. They're stainless steel, shiny stainless steel matte. I have gold. Actually, it's gold plated, but I have gold trim with a matted silver finish, and I have green, purple, light and dark purple, black. Uh, let's see, blue, and I think that's it.
Now, you're pretty easy to find on the internet. You sell this product line through eBay, correct?
I do.
Yes, and when we wrap this up today, I'll have like when I post it, I'll have the links from Facebook. Do you care if people like you on Facebook or friend you on Facebook?
Oh,
Or,
that's fine. I'd
okay.
love that.
Okay. No, I think this is a unique idea, and I think that like I said, the styling's better. Like I got one picture up here, kind of blurry, but you can see it's not the gold finish. So I've had like two or three versions of them up as we've been talking. And now, how many of different types of charms do you offer? Do you try to cover all the medicines that people might have allergic reaction to, or how do you go about that?
I have 180 right now, but I take orders for them. I just got in some new ones today, 17 new ones today. So the way I add them is by people requesting for them. Now I can't get all of them made because I have a minimum of 300 that I have to have made, 300 of each that I have to have made. So if there's something that somebody only has, that there are only 100 people in the world, I really can't get that one made, but I try to accommodate most everybody.
Yeah, I saw like one. I've been flipping through them here, and they have different selections, like heart patient. You also have one for like the allergies, of course. Diabetic. I'm showing that one right now. So also most major medical conditions you have a charm for, correct?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So I just want people to know that. I mean, and now you're not in a big town, I don't think, down there in South Carolina, are you? What's the size of your town there?
I'm in Lexington, which is it's pretty big. I'm not sure of the exact size, but I'm just outside of Columbia. Columbia's the capital. It's fairly big.
Yeah, see, and that's kind of like some people would call this a cottage industry, but it's like now you got a wider audience, a wider customer appeal and base possibly because of the internet and through eBay. And how long have you been doing this? How long have you been selling these bracelets in the charms form?
A little over 8 years.
Okay. And so now, how long have you had a presence on eBay?
10 years.
10 years. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So how did you start out? Now it's kind of interesting. You did start out selling stuff on eBay that wasn't bracelets or charms. You started selling some other things, didn't you?
I did. I started selling when my dad passed away. He left me some old Playboy magazines, and he collected them from, oh my goodness, I don't remember. I think they were the early '60s, and he collected them until '85 or so. And I started selling them, the old magazines, and from there I just started other things, and then it progressed. And when I started making the bracelets and I selling them, I started selling Italian charms with them, and I kind of quit doing that and just selling exclusively medical ID bracelets.
Yeah, I think this is there's a lot of people out there. It's like we're an aging population. Also, there seems to be more kind of diseases being more rampant through the society, more widespread. Do you also have one? Obviously, you probably have one for autism too, or something like that. You could put on there because I know that's a big thing, right?
I do.
Yeah, okay. Because I didn't see that on the selection. I was already trying to scroll through the pictures, and because I know autism is people are being more aware of that. More people seem to be affected by autism now. So. And, I don't know why that is. That's an open debate yet. But these medical bracelets, they look good. My sister's got one. They're very compact in design. They're very fashionable looking. Then the information is right out there. It's right out there. A responder, like a paramedic, an EMT specialist or technician, would probably look around for this, and I'd probably think they'd really welcome seeing this stuff right up front, that they have this information to work with from, the first from the get. And have you had any people say where this? You probably have stories where people tell you how this alerted, first responders to their medical condition and probably did help them, be saved, or didn't you? You probably have those kind of stories.
A few, yes, sir.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of people don't write and tell me that, but I've had a couple of people that I used to sell these at the flea market till about 3.5 years ago. As a matter of fact, I just started back a couple of weeks ago selling them, but I used to hear a few stories about how they had passed out and had to let the bracelet speak for them.
They're quite attractive though, and like I said, you can always add to them, and that just gives. I mean, of course, obviously, if somebody who is really older, has a lot of medical conditions, this could alert the first responders to the most crucial ones. Obviously, diabetics, heart patient, blood thinners. That's something information they have to know immediately, because they have to plot their course of what they're going to do based upon that kind of information, and it's so crucial to have it within the first couple of minutes of their interaction. So. Larry, I think these are really good. I mean, how many would you say, how many of these bracelets have you sold so far offhand? Would you just guess at?
Oh my goodness, over 21,000 that I know of right offhand.
Well, we hope we can sell another 30, 40,000 for you because it'd help us get noteworthy and also get your product line more well known and well established out there. But I was really impressed by them. I looked at my sisters quite intently and saw that it was well made, and it was just a simple, straightforward. These kind of things are always intriguing to me. That they're just very straightforward. The modular ones would be better than just trying to engrave something like the older style. This is gives you a good representation. They actually are colorful, kind of I would say attractive design, for the alerts. So I think this is something everybody who has a medical condition or a loved one or family member who has medical conditions should look into. Now, they'll find you solely on eBay, so I'll post that on. Do you also have any other places locally that you're selling these through, like maybe pharmacies or?
No, sir. I sell exclusively on eBay. Well, I can't say exclusively because I did start selling back at a flea market, but pretty much on eBay.
No, I think I think these are really nice looking device, and they're always they're always needed for somebody who has medical conditions. So they're great. They're great for just everyday, not even a special gift, but I mean, if they're like a birthday coming up or something like that, this is something definitely needed. Definitely, something somebody should have the information there. So anyway, you got your eBay presence. Also, you are I'll post on Facebook. When I post this up, I'll post some links to your Facebook page so people can when they want to talk about the bracelets though, which way would you rather prefer they go through the eBay store or through your personal information on the Facebook?
Either one. I answer either one almost as fast as they ask me.
Yeah.
So I'll pretty much sit in front of a computer most of the day, or near enough to where I can hear my little bell ring when I get a message.
No. So it's like, I just hope that enough people see this and, are encouraged to, purchase these from you because, like I said, we all have information, we all have, medical conditions, and if they're crucial to be known, they should be known. I mean, for the first responders. Now, anything else would you like to cover? I mean, you obviously said if you get enough responses or enough inquiries, you will actually have a special, charm created for different medical conditions. So, you said you have to order 300. What number would you say of people inquiring would be prompt you or give you the urge to go and maybe have them ordered? I mean, what number would you say if you got 25 inquiries about a medical condition that's not currently covered in the charms? Would you go out and actually start actually having one created and manufactured for it?
Actually, I have a request list, and in my it's a folder I use, and if I get a request for something, I'll put it in that folder, and if I get 3 or 4 of them, I'll go ahead and have it made because I figure that if there's 3 or 4 people that inquire enough about it, then there's got to be that many more people out there with the condition or allergy or whatever, that I'll go ahead and have it made. And so it's not really 25 at all. 3 or 4 or 5 people is all I need to request something, and I figure, well, if there's that many people on eBay right now that are looking at it, then there's probably 10 times that many.
Right, and you don't know down the road, and it'll save you time too. If you just let's face it, these things aren't they're not like a food item. I mean, they're not going to perish. They're not going to die. Be unusable. So I mean, you basically get it. You maybe months or a year or so before you hear somebody who has that same kind of medical condition or same allergic reaction to some kind of medications or antibiotics. So you can basically have a little drawer you put them in, and they just simply sit there waiting. So I mean, there's no real big rush to get those out there. Now I just think these are really. I think this picture right here really tells it all. How attractive they are. I mean, this much more stylish. I think it's actually the information's really quickly seen. I mean, much different than the old style. They give you the medical alert, which is like those red ones. They used to have that on the front. Then you flip it over and they have the information engraved on it. I think this is just much more in your face, basically. So I think it's intelligent design. Hats off there. I mean, it's just a very simple, straightforward. It's like, why didn't somebody else think of this beforehand? It's one of those kind of moments. So
I had a lot of people that copied me.
Yeah, it's like but let's face it. I mean, now how do you take the comment? The imitation is the highest, sincerest form of flattery. Do you take that to your heart, or do you kind of get angry when people?
Oh, really? I do. I've had people in Australia that are selling these bracelets now, so. They must think that I must be doing something right if people are copying me like that.
Right. So now, did you ever think about having it patented, or just a bracelet like this would be kind of hard to patent because it's already existing out there?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. It's modular. It's component, so it's kind of hard to patent that.
Yeah, but it's like that's patents. When you get into that, those are like a costly search. And all somebody's got to do is just minutely change something, and now they don't violate your copyright, right? So,
right.
So,
right.
Or trademark. Anyway, Larry. Anyway, I'll give, like I said, I'll post all the information, and when I post that, this segment, and I hope you get a lot of inquiries and people. If you do call Larry, or you do, contact through eBay, and you did hear it through the show, through this little interview we've done with him, let him know you heard it at Flint Talk Radio, because I like to kind of see how far of a reach we have, and it'd be nice to say, they got something for their family member, and something happened, and one of these things alerted their first responders to a serious medical condition, and thanks to Flint Talk Radio getting the word out about Larry's product, they were able to save their loved one, because that'd be kind of I think that just a simple, it's an intangible thing, but it kind of give me a good boost to my ego, and I think you too. I mean, everybody wants to see their work continue, and this is your work. I mean. Now, Now, were you a jewelry designer before or anything, or what did you do?
No. The idea came to me just like that. It was kind of like a little light bulb that went off in my head.
Yeah,
I designed one actually for my ex-wife, and she wore it, and then people started asking for it, and I said, well, if let me make some more. Let me get some more done.
Well, Larry, thank you very much for your time here. And like I said, I'll post all the contact information will be posted with this interview, when they go to the Ustream, or it's also going to go up on YouTube. And, I really hope it, gives you a little bit more sales, and it gives the people the information, and they're, out there with their loved ones, with themselves. So if the need arises, they can be given adequate care and maybe their life saved. So thanks again, Larry. I'd like to talk to you later, and I'd like to thank you for, participating in this little interview.
Well, thank you so much.
Have a good one.
All right.